Well, happy Monday. Glorious Monday. Actually, I'm off work today, so who knows if I'm going to do a marathon of videos. I don't really know. I'm also off tomorrow. Probably won't do any videos tomorrow. That being said, we have to talk about the good news. The good news. I mean, when I say good news, it's really not like happy good news because we're still talking about a life that was ended too soon for various reasons. And that's not something that we should celebrate. However, what we should celebrate is that self defense in New York is still a thing. Now, I've read several of the laws in New York, and it wasn't really in Jordan's, Mr. Jordan's Williams' favor. Um, the only thing that was kind of going for him is that the person that he killed actually assaulted people. I don't know how that translates into New York law. So I know they use menacing instead of assault and battery. But you actually had the perpetrator or the person that was killed physically hit other people, which probably makes this case a little bit more self-defensey than the other one. Which I hope that once he goes to trial, he'll also be found not guilty because yeah, Daniel Penny should also have all his charges dropped, but that's moving forward because racism. I mean, that's just my honest opinion. I think we moved from attacking black people to attacking white people. We're going to solve racism through more racism, which I don't think is a good solution. That's right, but we're going to talk about the good news here, which is charges dropped against New York City man accused in fatal subway stabbings. The jury decided to indict Jordan Williams on manslaughter, weapon charges, and the connection incidents this month in Brooklyn. Oh, declined to indict. Yeah. And also keep in mind that Mr. Penny was, I forget, I think he was either in the Bronx. I don't know where Adam Braggs' borough is, but we got Brooklyn, and then we have Mr. Penny, which is in a different borough, which is a different attorney general. Mr. Jordan Williams, the 20-year-old man who was accused of fatally stabbing a New York City subway rider, will avoid prosecution, city officials said Wednesday. A grand jury declined to indict Williams on manslaughter and weapons charges in connection with the deadly stabbing of the Victor Arriago, 36, on the Brooklyn J train on June 13th. Arriago was alleged to have punched Williams' girlfriend and harassed others on the other passengers. Arriago was alleged to have punched Williams' girlfriends and harassed other passengers. Our office conducted an impartial and thorough investigation of the tragic case, which include review of multiple videos, interviews with available witnesses, and evidence that is fairly presented at the grand jury. Brooklyn District Attorney Office said in a statement today these charges against Jordan Williams have been dismissed. Williams attorney Jason Goldman, which I understand why he said what he said. I don't agree with what he said. He made this about race when he compared Mr. Penny to his client, and his client got a much better deal. Just saying, he got no bail. I mean, he had to spend some time in lockup, but no bail. And when I say no bail, it was cashless bail. So he was out with no financial money bail, and he was acquitted. Well, not really acquitted, but they chose not to charge him. The grand jury decided not to indict Mr. Williams. So Mr. Williams got a better deal out of it. Let's hear the grand jury appeared to agree under New York law a person is justified using deadly force when they are reasonably believed that necessary to use such force to defend themselves or others from immediate use of deadly or unlawful physical force, the DA office said in a statement. Where's this DA when it comes to Mr. Penny? I mean, I am happy that Mr. Williams is a free man. Let's hear, happy I can get on with my life. Addressing the grand jury decision Wednesday, Williams said that he's been scared in the situation, or in that situation, the NBC New York reported. I'm happy I can get on with my life the way I like to, he said. Death altercation unfolded just after 8 p.m. June 13th on the northbound J train and it approached Marcy Avenue and Broadway, New York. Police said Arriaga was taken to the New York Presbyterian Brooklyn Methodist Hospital with a stab wound to the chest and was later pronounced dead, police said. Law enforcement said sources told NBC New York that Arriaga has allegedly been harassing people on the train, acting belligerently and erratically. Police officers told at the station that one of the people he harassed was Williams' girlfriend. The source told NBC New York that Arriaga had punched her. It's not clear what exactly happened that led up to the stabbing. Well, what happened is homeboy goes slap his girl. Yeah, I mean, that's just something you don't do when the boyfriend, being the boyfriend that he is, defended his girlfriend's honor, which led to this person's life no longer being. You just don't go around abusing people. Case drew comparison to other deadly clash early on. The incident drew comparison altercation to the death of Jordan Neely, a homeless man with 44 prior arrests. I don't care that he's a Michael Jackson impersonator. You're just trying to draw sympathy. You're using this I'm an innocent angel picture when he wasn't this innocent angel picture. I mean, I know about his history, but that does not give him an excuse to make threats on a train station car. Who died last month after a Marine veteran allegedly put him in a chokehold on the New York City subway. The day Williams charges were dropped, suspect in Neely death, Daniel Penny, 24, pleaded not guilty to second-degree manslaughter and criminal neglect homicide. Neely was alleged to be shouting and begging for money when Penny pinned him down to the floor of the moving subway car with the help of two other passengers, which are not been charged. Shouldn't they be accessories? Passengers on May 1 and held in a chokehold more than 3 minutes. Neely lost consciousness and was pronounced dead at the hospital. Let's hear. A grand jury voted to indict Penny on updated charges this month with his arraignment Wednesday lasting just minutes. Penny, who was free on bond, said a few words uttering that he was not guilty before he left his courtroom with his lawyers. Penny, who served with the Marines for 4 years, was discharged in 2021. He said that he acted to protect himself and others who have argued, or who, from Neely, who allegedly shouted, "I'm going to kill you." He says, "I'm ready to die or go to jail for life." Sorry, if someone says, "I'm going to kill you," I'm ready to die. Or I'm ready to go to jail for life. And I don't know you. I'm going to take that as a threat. I'm going to take that as an active threat. and I'm going to try to neutralize that active threat. He was yelling in their faces, saying these threats. Penny said in the video previously released by his attorney, I just couldn't sit still. Neely's relatives and the supporters said Neely's been struggling with mental illness and homeless, was crying out for help. He was just crying out for help. It's just, I'm going to kill you. It's a cry for help. I'm ready to die. It's a cry from help. I don't care if I go to jail for life. It's just a cry from help. I don't care if his fists were ready to punch you in the face. He was crying for help. I'm sorry, I'm being a little mean towards Neely's relatives. I'm sorry, but I don't know if you tried to help him, tried to get him the help he needed. He just wasn't receptive to it. But I'm sorry, you just don't threaten people. That's not a call for help. I mean, I understand he had a troubled history. I understand that his mother was killed by his stepfather at such a young age, and New York kept failing him. I understand that he was a broken man, but that doesn't give you a right to threaten people. He's crying out for help and was met with violence. Transit crime in New York has been down nearly 8% overall, according to the Metropolitan Transportation Authority, which said it's cooperating with the investigation is into both instances that attracted national attention. So, I mean, it's a national attention for various reasons and not always for the good reason. But I am glad that Jordan Williams is free, is a free man, is not going to be indicted, is not going to be charged, doesn't have to go through the courtroom. But with that being said, I am going to have this link because just because he is free doesn't mean that he's free. Just because he won't be criminally charged doesn't mean that he won't be civilly charged or be a lawsuit against him. So I'm going to put this down there just in case he does get sued. Because you never know. The Arriago's family might come after Jordan for wrongful death causes. This is exactly what happened with OJ. It's like he was found criminally innocent, but civilly responsible. It's the case that broke my brain when I was a kid. I didn't realize that there was two different court systems. There was a civil and there's a criminal. So let's go ahead and get this one up because he's actually, I'm sorry, but Mr. Williams is jobless and he needs every money that he can in order to stay afloat. Because unfortunately, he was fired from the FedEx after this happened. With that being said, that is my video for at least for now. There may be more. If there's more, please watch them. I have to see what other interesting topics to come around. But yeah, that is the update for Jordan Williams. At least that this chapter is now done. And hopefully he becomes a more of a local hero and actually become a local leader and to help people in New York achieve or at least be the better version of themselves. That being said, have yourself a wonderful day and a happy 4th of July.